Look, something huge is happening in the agency world right now. A quiet revolution is completely flipping the script. The old way of doing things, that bloated, slow, expensive model, it's on its way out. And what's replacing it is something lean, incredibly fast, and, well, wildly profitable. Today, we're not just going to talk about it or handing you the exact blueprint for this new kind of AI-powered business. And just look at the difference. It's night and day. On the left, you've got the old guard, right? These massive 300-page business plans, teams of 50 people, crazy complex org charts. And for what? For razor-thin 20% margins. Now look at the right. This is the new way. We're talking about a solo founder, a simple workflow, and an almost unbelievable 85% profit margin. This isn't just a small change. It is a complete reimagining of how you create value. And this is literally it. This little sketch is the entire business plan for a business that can generate massive profits. And you want to know the craziest part? The person running this whole operation doesn't need to know how to write a single line of code, not one. So, when I say massive profits, what does that actually look like? Let's put a real number on it, because the numbers here are, frankly, staggering. We're talking about one person, a solo founder, bringing in $34,000. And that's not revenue. That's pure monthly profit. This isn't some made-up number. This is what's actually happening out there right now. Okay, so how do we get there? Here's our roadmap for today. First, we're going to break down that 34K profit blueprint. Then, we'll walk through 3 distinct phases. Phase 1 is all about building your engine. Phase 2, landing that critical first client. And Phase 3, how to scale your profit. And then, we'll take a peek into the future and see where this is all going. So, let's dive in. How on earth is a $34,000 monthly profit even possible? The key, and you really need to get this, isn't just about having some fancy AI tools. It's about a complete mental shift in how you price your work and deliver value to your clients. You see, the old model of billing by the hour, it's toast. It's completely dead because AI just obliterates the entire concept of billable hours. Think about it. If a task takes a human 10 hours, but an AI can do it in 3 seconds, you can't exactly bill for 3 seconds, can you? So you switch to what we call hybrid value-based pricing. You stop selling your time and you start selling a guaranteed outcome. Your fee is just a tiny slice of the immense value you create for their business. Now, here's the secret sauce. This is what makes the whole thing work. You are not selling this to tech startups in Silicon Valley. Why? Because they'll just try to build it themselves. The real gold mine is in targeting non-tech, traditional, blue-collar businesses that have massive, expensive, real-world problems. I'm talking about businesses like tree removal companies, HVAC contractors, even dental practices. Just imagine this for a second. A big storm hits. A tree removal company's phone is ringing off the hook, but the owner is literally up a tree on another job. If he misses 20 calls and each job is worth $3,000, he just lost $60,000 in one afternoon. You better believe he's desperate for a solution to that problem. And this chart right here shows you the simple math that makes this an absolute no-brainer for him. You come in and build an AI agent that answers those calls and books those jobs. If it just lands 10 new clients a month for him, that's $30,000 in new revenue he would have lost. All of a sudden, your $5,000 monthly retainer, it's not an expense anymore. It's the single best investment he's ever made in his business. Okay, on to phase 1, build your engine. This is all about laying the foundation. We're going to assemble your toolkit and build that first AI agent. And you can get this all done start to finish in less than 30 days. And you don't need a huge budget to do it. Your starting tech stack is going to cost you somewhere between $50 and $150 a month. You can use tools like NN for automation, VoiceFlow to literally build the AI's brain with a simple drag-and-drop interface, and then the OpenAI API as the engine that makes it all think. Seriously, no computer science degree needed. Now, to actually build it, all you have to do is follow this simple framework. The 4 Ps. First, process. Isolate one simple, repetitive task. Don't try to boil the ocean here. Then, prompts. You have to write incredibly clear, specific instructions. Third, play. You've got to stress test the system with weird inputs and try to break it. And finally, polish. Just keep refining the output until it's perfect. This quote just perfectly nails the mindset you need to have. Think of the AI like a brilliant intern who takes everything you say with extreme literalness. You don't need to be a coder. You just need to be a ruthlessly clear manager. If your instructions are even a little bit vague, It will hallucinate and make some really costly mistakes. So clarity is everything.
All right, so you've built the tech. That's great. But having a cool engine is one thing. Actually getting paid is something else entirely. Welcome to phase 2, where we're going to focus on the sales strategy and the art of making a completely irresistible, risk-free offer. It all starts with this simple, proven 3-sentence LinkedIn message. Step 1, you make a hyper-specific observation about their business. Step 2, you share a link to a 1-minute video showing them the solution in action. You're not pitching, you're just demonstrating, you're giving them proof. And third, you just ask a really simple, low-pressure question. This cuts through all the noise because you are leading with pure value.
Now, when you get them on a call, you don't go for the big $5,000 retainer right away. Instead, you pitch this: a $500 pilot program with an absurdly bold guarantee. You tell them, if this doesn't save your team 5 hours of manual work in the very first week, you get your money back, no questions asked. For them, $500 is nothing, it's a rounding error. But for you, it's a paid case study and your foot in the door. It's brilliant.
Okay, you've landed your first client. Now it's time for phase 3, scaling your profit. This is all about delivering the service profitably, and more importantly, avoiding the one hidden trapdoor that bankrupts almost every amateur agency that tries this.
And this is the critical question. See, running an AI in a live environment isn't like paying $20 a month for ChatGPT. The costs can be massive, and they can be wildly unpredictable. So how in the world do you protect that beautiful 85% margin when your cost could suddenly explode past your revenue?
This slide right here shows you the silent killers. These are the hidden costs. Every single time the AI thinks, it costs you money. Those API tokens, it's like a cognitive taximeter that is always running. Amateurs make the fatal mistake of trying to cover all these costs with their flat retainer. And you know what happens? They get completely wiped out.
But here's the professional solution. And honestly, it's incredibly simple. It's called pass-through utility billing. You just put it in your contract that the client pays for the raw compute costs, the API usage, directly. It gets billed straight to their credit card, just like their electricity bill. Your $5,000 retainer is purely for your management, your strategy, and your expertise. This one little switch is how you protect your profit. It's absolutely crucial. So finally, let's look ahead. Because as massive as this opportunity is right now, believe me, it is about to get exponentially bigger.
We are quickly moving beyond just single AI agents doing single tasks. The next evolution is autonomous AI teams. I want you to imagine an AI project manager delegating tasks to an AI researcher who then passes notes to an AI copywriter who then sends a draft over to an AI quality control agent. All of them working together 24/7 with no humans required in the loop.
Which brings us to one last really provocative thought. If AI can run entire projects and soon entire departments, will the solo founder of the future just be a human manager sitting at the top, conducting this symphony of software from a completely artificial corporate ladder? It really is a fundamental shift in what it even means to build and run a company.